Tonight, how DeKalb school students are going high-tech. A decision has been made regarding the SA Voice of Change ticket, and how a popular smartphone app led a school district to go on lockdown. Ntc News Tonight starts right now.
You're watching Ntc News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is Ntc News Tonight.
The new laptops are coming in, and District 428 couldn't be happier. Good evening, I'm Lauren Baker. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Christina Lind. This is a result of DeKalb School District approving a deal worth several $1 million so that every staff member and student can have a new computer.
The 8th graders at Clinton Rosette Middle School are enjoying testing out their new Google Chromebooks. Teachers will let the children go on the computers when researching on a project for language arts, doing projects for math, and taking a quiz for science. Faculty and teachers are happy that the district is moving forward with this $4.5 million plan.
Not only are the students learning those 21st century skills of all the different technology and apps and things like that, but also they're not having to carry around math books and language arts books because it's now all digitalized.
Since everything is becoming more digitalized, students can only access sites that are school related. This new plan will help students that may not have a working computer at home.
Each student will receive their own Chromebook and a case to go with it. And it's just easy to put it in as 1, 2, and 3.
Although students can bring these computers home with them, they are limited to what websites they can go on. So parents don't have to be concerned about what websites their children are looking at.
We set guidelines in the classroom, and the teachers are really good about monitoring it. And after the first couple of weeks of being really new and exciting, the kids have been able to kind of regulate themselves and learn some of that self-discipline.
Since the students will have access to their own Chromebooks, faculty members are hopeful that it will enhance their learning.
Kids enjoy the different choices that they're allowed now that they have technology, and now there's different multimedia sources that they can use. The teacher like offering different choices for projects and presentations and things like that.
The tech plan was a success. Faculty and students are now looking forward to this tech-savvy future. In DeKalb, Christina Lind, Ntc News.
From what I saw, the kids were ecstatic for their new laptops. The technology plan will begin this upcoming school year.
Another home DeKalb has been ruled uninhabitable. DeKalb City Council approved the demolition of the home at 315 North 10th Street. The home's exterior is in poor condition and falling apart. There is garbage surrounding the front door and in the driveway. This is the second home DeKalb to be ruled uninhabitable in the last week.
Sycamore police are investigating 2 separate hit-and-run accidents that happened minutes apart from each other in different sections of the city. The first incident occurred near the intersection of Elm Street and California Street Sunday morning. A dark-colored SUV ran a man over. Police put out a warrant for the arrest of Justin Duringer. Around the same time, another hit-and-run occurred just down the street in the 200 block of Sycamore Street. Casey Norris is currently behind bars after driving drunk and damaging property by crashing her car.
Later that evening, yet another hit-and-run incident. Police responded to a call of a pedestrian being hit by a gray or blue minivan at the intersection of Main and State Street. Witness told police that the van struck a pedestrian and continued to drive off. Driver Don Tenerio was charged with leaving the scene of an accident, failure to yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk, and driving without insurance. The pedestrian was taken to Kishwaukee Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
An early morning argument ends in tragedy in Kirkland. Jeffrey Neeson attempted to flee the scene of a reported domestic disturbance in his girlfriend's car. Neeson led officers on a high-speed chase before finally crashing into a ditch. He was pronounced dead Monday morning. He was 25 years old.
A misinterpreted post on social media caused 2 schools to go into lockdown. Hiawatha Community Unit School District went into a soft lockdown Monday morning after district officials learned about a post on Yik Yak. The post was tracked to a Genoa Kingston High School student. The post read, "For those about to die, we salute you." Police determined that the students were never in danger and that no criminal action needed to take place.
Driving on I-88 may be delayed for the next 48 hours as ComEd is running new transmission lines over the tollway along Route 23. ComEd is putting up steel transmission lines to increase the wattage in order to enhance their reliability. The highway will be closed for both east and westbound lanes while work is being done, but one lane will remain open during non-work hours. For those heading east, use the Peace Road interchange, and for drivers heading west, use the Annie Glennon interchange to avoid the construction.
The tug of war to claim NIU Senate has finally come to an end. The disqualification of the Voice of Change ticket has been lifted. The Voice of Change ticket was accused for voter intimidation and sent to a hearing on Tuesday. After the court did not find evidence against the ticket, it won the 2015 Student Association executive election. The Voice of Change presidential candidate Nathan Loopstein received over 1,000 more votes than his opponent Ben Donovan.
NIU offers valuable information on health and wellness at its annual wellness fair. Various health organizations spent the day at the Duke Ellington Ballroom in the Home Student Center today. They gave out valuable information on how to stop smoking. They offered vision and hearing tests, and they even gave some visitors massages. Deborah Halazar is NIU's Vice President of Human Resources.
And I can say that every year that we've done it, someone has learned something that has been a life-saving piece of learning. People learn that they have high blood pressure or that they have spinal problems.
There's a certain stigma that links science together with boys, but when the NIU Chemistry Club took the stage for the chem demo, the girls did their part in laying down that stigma to rest.
NTC reporter Carolyn Budvillis tells us about just how important involvement is.
Families are gathered here at Faraday Hall as the NIU Chem Club hosts their annual Chem Demo. Explosions, fire, and lights were not the only things present at the Chem Demo. Families come together to see what these students had in store for them.
A little bit of an outside-the-box set of experiments, and the thing is one thing that we do is there'll be some booms and some bangs and some explosions.
The two teams involved were Team Hot and Team Cold. It was a friendly competition to see who had the best experiments. One club member couldn't believe the turnout.
And there are people crowding all around here. There's people laying in the stairs, sitting. There's people lining up at the door to get here. And
Whether you're standing in front or sitting in the crowd, involvement always has its perks. Girls might be intimidated by boys when it comes to science, but that's not the case for them. Many of these experiments were led by girls. And for the younger crowd, it was a learning experience.
Half of us are girls, half of us are boys. Look at all this cool stuff we can do as girls. That's a really great experience for them to see.
So whether you're a boy, a girl, Team Hot, or Team Cold, getting involved within your community or your school is never a bad thing. In DeKalb, Carolyn Budvillis, Ntc News.
The Chem Club meets every Wednesday at Faraday Hall. If you're interested in joining, all you have to do is show up.
That looked like a lot of fun to be part of. Brittany Merleau is here with us. I hope she has some good news for us.
Well, we have a huge, huge snowstorm coming.
Oh no.
Just kidding, April Fools, everybody. Not at all. Actually, we do have some storms coming, but it's not snow finally. Let's take a look at our weather for tomorrow. We're gonna see temperatures pushing into the mid to upper 60s. Nice weather again, but along with that nice weather, we're gonna see some rain and a possibility for some thunder. So for more on our rainy weather ahead, stay with us.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back and welcome to 70 degrees, everyone. We've been waiting for this for so long as we reached 71 degrees, 17 degrees above our average temperature for this time of year. So we got awesomely lucky today as we woke up to foggy skies that clearly led way to beautiful, beautiful sunny DeKalb skies today. And we got this wonderful warm front that just hung out to the west of us, giving us those warmer air coming in from the south, just circling its way towards us. Beautiful temperatures today, but of course with that, we also are in a slight risk for some severe weather tonight. And we can't rule out the possibility for tornadoes as we're pushing into the spring months and that moisture's coming up. We're not in a high risk for them, but a very slight risk, so do keep an eye out as those storms push into our area. Again, Thursday, the front's going to push off to the east. We'll have a cold front coming in from the west, giving us some more rain on Thursday. By Thursday night, that rain should taper off, but behind it, we have another front building. And Friday, when that pushes through, we have a possibility for rain up by us, but most of it should be centered to the south. And Saturday, good news, we have a high pressure system, clear, beautiful skies as that rotates clockwise, giving us that clear, sunny skies on Saturday. And Easter, it's not going to last, unfortunately, as the day progresses into Easter, and then through Easter night, the chances of rain are going to get higher and higher from there on out. And with the rain and all this rain this week, we're in a possibility for a flood risk. Not too major, just minor for us, moderate down to the south with all that rain coming down. So tonight, showers, a possibility for thunder after 1 p.m. Lows of about 54 degrees. And tomorrow, Thursday, thunderstorms, high of 63 degrees. It's going to be a little bit gusty out there as the winds start to pick up. So with the rain and the winds, it's going to feel a little bit colder than 63, but it's going to be pretty nice with the rain. Thursday night, mostly cloudy, a chance of showers again, but those should taper off, and we're going to see a low of 39 degrees. And as we move on to my 5-day forecast, here's that rain Thursday. Cold front pushes through, gives us rain on Friday as well, as temperatures start to rise to the mid to upper 50s. Easter, we're going to have a chance for rain, but it's going to be nice, beautiful temperatures. Cub home opener, bring your umbrella if you're going to church or if you're going to the game. And also make sure you're wearing some good shoes so you're not slipping out there, as it is going to be raining on Easter. And as we move into the rest of the week, showers unfortunately, but the temperatures are staying pretty good. And that's it for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
Aaron Schock is gone, and now Governor Ronnoch has to replace him.
And a convicted killer is on the loose in Kankakee County. These are today's state lines.
Governor Ronnoch has called for a special election to fill the vacancy caused by former U.S. Representative Aaron Schock's resignation. Ronnoch wants a special primary election held in early June. State law requires a special election to be held within 120 days of a seat becoming vacant.
A convicted killer awaiting sentencing has escaped from jail after overpowering a guard. The Kankakee County Sheriff says 23-year-old Cameron Taylor fled from the Jerome Combs Detention Center earlier today. The chief deputy says Taylor is considered armed and dangerous.
3 teenage boys and a 15-year-old girl were charged with child pornography after posting a video of themselves having a sexual encounter. Joliet police say all 4 teens were charged and arrested on Friday and were charged after one of their parents notified police.
Authorities are investigating the death of a 76-year-old man believed to have collapsed in his driveway before being ran over by his wife. The Madison County coroner says he died of blunt chest trauma, but also found significant cardiovascular disease. And those are today's state lines.
Arkansas is the latest to pass a controversial law that could affect gays and lesbians.
And diplomats continue to work on an Iran nuclear deal despite missing a deadline. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
Arkansas lawmakers have passed their own version of the law that's causing so much controversy in Indiana. Protesters rallied at the state capitol after the Religious Freedom Restoration Act was approved by state representatives yesterday. Critics say the City Arkansas measure would allow businesses to discriminate against gays and lesbians.
The U.S. State Department says diplomats are still trying to broker a nuclear deal with Iran despite the fact that a midnight deadline has passed. Negotiators have until June 30th to sort out details surrounding the agreement. Representatives from Iran, the U.S., Britain, China, Russia, France, and Germany are involved.
Africa's largest economy has a new leader. It's the first time Nigerian voters have unseated a sitting president. Opposition leader Muhammadu Buhari won by more than 1 million votes over incumbent Goodluck Jonathan. Supporters took to the streets to celebrate Buhari's win. Buhari is a 72-year-old retired major general who ruled Nigeria in the 1980s after outsitting his predecessor in a coup.
South Korean prosecutors have charged Kim Ki-jong with attempted murder today. Kim had attacked U.S. Ambassador Mark Lippert in Seoul last month. Kim has also been charged with assaulting a foreign envoy and business obstruction. The trial is required by South Korean law to begin within 14 days of receiving today's indictment. And that's today's World Watch.
Two games in 2 nights in 2 cities. That's no problem for the Chicago Blackhawks. Hello everyone, I'm Brett Tudela here for NTC Sports. After Sunday night's last-minute win over the Winnipeg Jets, the Blackhawks were in the United Center hosting the LA Kings on Monday. Jonathan Toews was the man who gave the Hawks that win over Winnipeg with a late goal. Already 1-0 Chicago when Jake Muzzin fires a shot on net, gets deflected in front past Scott Darling, tied 1-1 under a minute in the first period. Second period now, Duncan Keith slaps this one-timer on net, gets deflected past Jonathan Quick, 2-1 Hawks. Later in the period, more offense from a defenseman. Nicholas Chalmerson slaps that shot past Quick, 3-1. Marian Hossa would add a late goal in the third period. The Hawks would win by a final score of 4-1. A few quick hits in local sports. NIU baseball fell to the Panthers of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, 13-11 yesterday at Ralph McKenzie Field. Senior Micah McCullough and freshman Joe Jumonville each went deep, went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs and two runs scored. Staying at NIU, well, sort of, Huskies quarterback Chandler Harnish, former Huskies quarterback Chandler Harnish, I should say, signed a 1-year deal yesterday with the Arizona Cardinals. This will be Harnish's 3rd team in 4 years in the NFL. He spent 2 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts after being selected with the last pick of the 2012 draft, and he spent time in Minnesota with the Vikings late last season. He has seen little action in the NFL regular season, but will be reunited with head coach Bruce Arians, who was the interim head coach in Indy during Harnish's rookie season. Our play of the day comes from last night's Clippers-Warriors game. MVP candidate Steph Curry goes behind the back not once but twice, puts Chris Paul in a blender before hitting this shot. I don't know if Chris Paul got faked out by Steph Curry or if he was just practicing some breakdance moves, but the Warriors bench seemed very entertained by it. On that note, I'm out of here. Dan Kenny will be back on Monday to recap the Final 4 games.
When we come back, Rolling Stones fans could look forward to getting some satisfaction this summer. We'll explain. You're watching NTC News Tonight.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
You can't always get what you want, but if you're a Rolling Stones fan, maybe you will this summer.
The Rolling Stones have announced a North American summer tour. The band hasn't played U.S. stadiums since 2007. The Stones will spend 15 nights together with fans on what they're calling the Zip Code Tour, beginning May 24th in San Diego. The Stones will celebrate the 4th of July with a concert at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Speedway says that the band will play on the largest outdoor stage in state history.
My mom is going to love this. She's such a huge Stones fan.
NTC News Tonight is produced and directed by students here at Northern Illinois University. We want to thank you all for being with us.
Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back on Monday. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye, everyone.